Joining us today for this week's entertainment panel is the lovely Abby St. John. Thank you so much for giving us the time today.
Of course.
Now, we're here to speak about some upcoming projects that's coming out kind of like in the future here. This one especially starting off is a 1-hour show of Degrassi, and it's supposed to be in 2023 in the spring on HBO Max. And we were reading a little bit about it, and it looks like it's going to be pretty interesting because it even says it's supposed to be darker than some of the last, Degrassi shows, Toronto-based shows. So like for this one, it's supposed to be a little bit darker, and there's supposed to be 10 episodes when it first comes out on HBO Max. So it's going to be interesting what they're going to do with this one.
Yes, definitely. I mean, Degrassi has been an iconic piece of, I guess, Canadian television for decades. I mean, my parents watched Degrassi Junior High back in the day when that was still on, and then we moved into Degrassi High, and then I grew up with Degrassi Next Generation. So there's just generations of Canadians, especially, who have grown up with this show, and now it's coming back, and it's coming back on HBO Max. We don't know much about it, not much in the way of cast. The series will be coming from showrunners Laura Azzopardi from The Bold Type and then Julia Cohen from Riverdale. They will be running this show, and I think it's going to be interesting. Degrassi is such an iconic show that deals with real life teenage issues going through high school, puberty, love, heartbreak, teen pregnancy. All of those issues that teens face are in Degrassi, and Degrassi has been such a huge part of so many generations that it's almost fitting that they bring it back. I mean, without Degrassi, I mean, Canadian television for teens, what else is there? Degrassi has always been there. And so I think it's fitting that it's coming back. And I'm very excited to see what they do with it and how they give it almost like a new life. Like you said, it's going to be a little bit more darker. I wonder how that's going to look on screen, because Degrassi does hit those, darker issues that they have dealt with in the past. They've dealt with suicide, teen pregnancy, sexual assault. They've dealt with all of those issues. And so I'm curious to see what they bring into this next generation of Degrassi classmates. I'm very excited. Like you said, 10 1-hour episodes will be airing sometime next year, sometime in the spring, early summer. Also adding on to that, Degrassi Next Generation will be streaming on HBO Max as well. So those fans of that season or that part of Degrassi can watch it on HBO Max as well.
Yeah, and it's really good to hear, like, for the Degrassi fans out there, and the fact that you said it's coming on, like, HBO Max now that they can actually watch it. I'm sure they're going to be excited and kind of it's good that they added that on HBO Max because they can use this time until the spring of 2023 to be able to just binge everything and be able to catch up and just see what it's all about. Even for the people that haven't watched any of the Degrassi shows, like, earlier on, they can now use this time to catch up before that new one comes out. But I agree, I am fascinated to see how it is supposed to be darker because for me, I agree with how they touch base on a lot of those topics and just seeing if it's supposed to be darker on screen. I'm wondering what we're going to be seeing and more information on like who's all going to be cast as well. But another project in the making that we wanted to speak about is the Audrey Hepburn biopic that's supposed to be, we don't know the exact date of when it's supposed to be coming out exactly yet, but we do know that they casted Rooney Mara to play her. And from seeing the photos, she looks a lot like her. Like they did a really good casting for the Audrey Hepburn to be able to play her. So it's going to be fascinating to see what all information comes out later on in the future.
Yes. The plot is being kept under wraps as of yet. Rooney Mara, she has been starred as Audrey Hepburn, and I agree. I've seen pictures of her, and if you've watched her movies, there's a very big resemblance between the two actresses. My guess is that this movie is going to be around the iconic actress and how she became, the star that she was over a 4-decade career. She got EGOT status, which means she won an Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, and Tony throughout her career. She has iconic roles from Breakfast at Tiffany's to My Fair Lady. Her career spanned over several decades. She's iconic. She's legendary, and it's going to be very interesting to see get a glimpse of who she was. And you know, we don't know what this film is going to be about, but we know that it's going to be iconic because of how legendary Audrey Hepburn was in the film industry and in Hollywood and on stage, and just throughout her entire career. She is iconic. So I bet this movie is just going to be as iconic as the actress. I'm very excited. I think they picked a great role, or they picked a great actress to play her role, very similar in feature in looks and features. And Rooney Mara has had success in her career as well, getting a couple nominations for Academy Awards. She's known for The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, so she has a career of herself. So I think they picked the right person to play her.
Yeah, it's going to be great to see all the more information that they bring out about it, just who else is going to be casted along with Rooney Mara. And yeah, from seeing that resemblance, I thought they already did a great job starting off. So it's going to be cool to see. Yeah, I agree with the plot on what it's going to be exactly about. And everybody, like Audrey Hepburn's a well-known, you know, like in the entertainment film industry and everything, especially what you were saying that she got like EGOT awards, like won so many in her career, that I think everybody's going to be kind of excited to see this biopic of her. But that's all the time we have, unfortunately, for this second entertainment panel of 2022. Thanks again so much for joining us today.
Thank you.